it comes out well. Going to the hair salon is always kind of a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, maybe I can go to the hair salon later. So today it's a very good chance.
All right, good, cool. And Carolina, how's it going? And your microphone is muted at the moment.
I'm sorry, I muted because I hear some noise.
Hmm?
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to hear. And Carolina, so what have you been up to today?
Can you speak more slowly, please?
Yeah. What have you been up to today? What have you done today?
Okay, I was working until 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
No more. Only work and work.
Okay. And what do you do for work, Carolina?
I'm from Colombia.
Okay.
I live in.
And what do you do for work? What's your job?
No, I don't understand you.
Sorry. Looks like. Okay. It might be a little bit better now. So, Carolina, what do you do for work? What's your job?
I work for an airline.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And Amaury, welcome to class. Amaury, how's it going?
I'm doing great, teacher. Thanks for asking. You?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Good to see you again.
Nice to see.
And Amaury, what did you do today?
Today I've been working all day. That's it. I was busy a lot of day.
Okay. So you were busy all day just working. All right.
Yes.
And sorry. Dano, how's it going?
Fine, thank you. What about you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. And Dano, what have you done today?
I have been working all day. I had a lot of things to do, so I was busy all day.
Okay. Makes sense. And Dano, what do you do for work?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, what do you do for work? What's your job?
Okay, I'm a programmer of mobile applications.
Okay. Nice. So you
Software.
work in software. Cool. And a busy day. And maybe Heidi, what are your plans for this weekend? Do you have any plans?
This weekend? What? This weekend? No,
Yeah.
I need to prepare a lot
For your
of things
sister.
for my sister family.
Makes sense. What about you, Catalina? What are your plans for this weekend? Do you have any yet?
Okay, on Saturday I was planning to go to the doctor with my son. That he has a problems with her heart, and no, and Sunday too, I playing resting all day.
His heart?
Heart, exact, heart.
Okay, and it. Okay. Okay, well, hopefully it gets better.
Okay, thank you.
Mario, welcome to class, Mario. Well, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had a crash with my computer. I use a Linux actually, and I don't have these problems, but I have some problems with this Google Hangouts. Possibly. Yeah. Okay. I had to restart all this stuff. Oh. Okay, and now I'm here and I feel well. It is
Okay.
2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here in Dresden. Yeah.
That is
Okay,
very early.
a long night.
Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully you're enjoying it. That is a terrifying icon that you have, by the way.
Do you know what is a an ventriloquist?
Yeah, I know what a ventriloquist is.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
It's
Okay.
just a scary-looking ventriloquist doll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and who else do we have? Jordan. Jordan, how's it going? Jordan, can you hear me? Or Jordan? Alright, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if you're speaking. Generally, if you have problems with Google Hangouts, it helps to leave and come back. So try just leaving the class and coming back. That almost always works. Alright, and let's get started with today's class. Start with the next few lines. Oh, maybe. Sorry. Okay, and Jordan, can you hear me now? Okay, maybe not. So Jordan, I still can't hear you. Oh, there you are. Just sort of.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
It's going well. Thank you for asking.
No problem.
Jordan, where are you from?
I'm from the Dominica.
The Dominican Republic?
See, yes.
Okay, good. And it's nice to meet you. Okay, and Heidi, can you read the title and the next few lines?
Procrastination. Today we will read about procrastination, a practice, procrastination role play. Read procrastination comics.
Yeah, you did a nice job. It sounds a little bit more like procrastination.
Procrastination.
Yeah, procrastination. So you procrastinate the intonation towards the end. Procrastination. Good. Did a good job with everything else, though. Heidi, can you ask Dano the first question?
Why do people procrastinate?
I think it's because people don't really want to do certain things.
Okay. I think it's because people don't really want to do certain things. I think that's a good answer. Dano, a quick question. Is there any chance that you could turn down the volume on your microphone just a little bit? It's pretty loud.
Okay, sorry. Let me.
No worries. If you can't, don't worry about it. I can change mine. But, alright, and it's a good answer. Dano, can you ask Carolina the next question?
Okay, Carolina, what kinds of things do you put off doing?
Sorry, I don't understand the question and the meaning of procrastinated.
Okay. So procrastinate? Who can explain what procrastinate means?
Like postpone to make the job or duty make later. Even though people can do that things now, but maybe laziness make them to do that duty to later.
Okay. Okay. What kind of thing do you put off doing? In my life or my work?
Either.
In my life, for example, do exercise.
Okay.
In my
We could
work,
say either doing exercise. Sorry. Doing exercise or exercising?
Okay.
So my life,
Exercising. Okay.
exercising. And in your work? In your work?
In my work, I do calls later, or perhaps I forget do it. Phone calls.
I forget. We generally make phone calls. I forget to make them.
Okay.
I make calls later, or I forget to make them completely. You don't need completely, I guess. I guess it's good. Can you repeat that one more time, Carolina?
Okay. In my life, doing exercise, and in my work, I make calls later, or I forget to make them.
Good. Okay. Carolina, can you ask Mauri the next question?
Do you think people in some cultures are in too much of a rush? Do you think people in other cultures are too released?
Um, there are both in all countries, in my opinion. People who are living in a village has a relaxing life. People who lives in a city or big cities are almost the time in a rush.
Nice. Where do you live?
I live in a city.
Okay. And are you generally always in a rush?
Yes, all the time.
Okay. And do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends. For example, I like it, to be in a rush because how can I say, let me think. I think I can't live in a relaxing life or in a village because it's very slow the life. So I prefer the city because of this. And in the city has a lot of things to do, and yes.
Cities have a lot of things to do. Yeah. Okay, good. I think that's a good answer. And maybe one more. Mario, what kinds of things do you put off doing?
Yeah, I don't like doing the dish. Yeah, and I procrastinated always, and then my whole kitchen is full of of cutlery and so on, and it's very dirty. It's a real mess, and then it takes time. Yeah, it takes more time than if I would have done it uh, every day a little bit. Yeah? And yeah, I'm a bit sloppy. Yeah, and in this way, there's a saying: eat that frog first, do the things at first that you don't like to do, but that you must do. I think.
I'm not sure if I understood the quotation or the
Okay,
saying.
and there's a quote: uh, "Eat that frog first." A frog is very ugly, and that means do the bad things or the things you don't like at first. And when you get up in the morning, then I should have done or I should do my dish at first, so that
Okay.
it's over. Okay.
Yeah, good. With dish, we need to change dish. Does anybody know how we change it?
You add the S on the ES.
Hmm. Yeah,
Dishes.
dishes.
Mhm.
I always procrastinate doing them as well. That's another small correction. But good. Okay, I do the same thing. Uh, good. Let's have Jordan. Can you read the title and the words?
See, vocabulary. Um, do you want me to read the what's underneath?
Yeah, if you could.
Um, cram, pull an all-nighter, overwhelmed, the last minute, regret, delay, commit, instant gratification, and hectic.
Nice. Okay, you did a really nice job. Good work with instant gratification. Can you say it smoothly? Instant gratification.
So, instant gratification.
Commit. Can you repeat commit?
Oh, commit.
Commit. And minute.
Minute.
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Well done. All right. And does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes, teacher. I don't understand the expression pull an all-nighter and the overwhelmed. Yes, that's it.
Can you repeat overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed.
Good. Does anybody know what it means to pull an all-nighter?
Is it to be up until to never get the necessary resting?
Yeah, so it's to be up all night. Generally, what are we doing when we pull an all-nighter?
We work the whole night,
Yeah. Working or studying.
working or studying. Yeah. Is that what I'm doing now? Yeah.
Yeah, you're pulling an all-nighter,
Yeah.
learning English.
Learning English.
Overwhelmed. Who knows what overwhelmed means?
To defeat,
Yes.
to defeat
Alright,
or
hold on. Yeah, go ahead, Heidi.
overcome something.
Overcome something. Okay. It's actually a little bit different. Defeat overcome something. If you are overwhelmed.
Yeah. Something overcomes me.
Yeah. Dano, can you explain? I think you were talking.
Overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed, yeah.
Okay, I think it's when you are doing many things and can't take anything else.
Yeah, similar. So we'd say to be overwhelmed. It's, yeah, when you're so overcome by the work that you have to do that you can't really do anything. So maybe, I mean, Heidi, you're right. If you overwhelm something, you overcome it. But generally, in this context, we're talking about being overwhelmed. So maybe this is like a dam and the water is over it, and yeah, it's overwhelming the dam. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Teacher,
And yes.
I have a question. What cram means? The word cram. The first word.
Cram. Okay. Does
I'm
anybody
sorry.
know?
I'm sorry. Can you make your sound a little softer? Because I have ache on my earache. It's too loud.
Okay, sorry, I will try. I have a problem with my microphone. I can't loud the volume, but I will try to speak louder.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Speaking lower. So who knows what cram means?
Cram means pack something into some container like that.
Okay. In this case, Our container is time.
Mhm.
What are we packing in?
Pack is putting some things, a lot of things.
Sort of. I mean, you're right that when we cram stuff in our suitcase, we're cramming clothes into the bag that we're bringing on a trip. In the context of procrastination, when we're cramming, the container is time, so it's not a suitcase. What are we packing into this container? Does anybody know? We pack study into the container of time.
For example,
So,
to learn a lot of things in a short time, like that.
yeah, we study all the
And you
things.
do the thing, a lot of things in a short time.
Exactly. So generally, people will cram before a big exam. Okay. And any other questions here? Okay. Let's try this. And let's try Carolina. Can you read the title and try the first sentence?
Why to do? I always do things at the last minute.
Mm-hmm. And we need to conjugate the verb to do.
Why you do? Why no? I don't know.
Just the simple present tense.
Why did? I always.
Did is the past tense. Can anybody help her out?
I
Do.
I always.
Carolina, can you read that one more time?
Sorry?
Can you read the sentence one more time?
Okay. Why do I always do things at the last minute?
Yeah. Why do I always do things at the last minute? Good. Amaury, what about the next one?
Tonight to have to blank if I want to pass the test tomorrow. Tonight to have if I want to pass the test tomorrow. Tonight pull. I think in the blank is pull and all nighter. Yes. Tonight I have to. Tonight. If a person- Tonight I have to pull an all-nighter.
Tonight I have to pull an all-nighter if I want to. Yeah. You could also say I will have to pull an all-nighter. You could do a number of different things here. That works, though. Tonight I have to pull an all-nighter. Good. Mario, what about the next one?
I know I should. I should. But I always put it off. I know I should to get things done earlier. I know I should commit to get things done earlier, but I always put it off.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I always put it off. Yeah, that's the best one. But I always put it off. I don't know why I didn't change that. We need to change conjugate to get. We need to make it into the gerund.
To getting things done, yeah. I commit to getting things done, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we say put them off, because things.
Things, okay, yeah.
All right. Heidi, what about the next one?
I'm sorry. I think I know I should have committed because it's past.
Generally.
Because it's a kind of regret, I think.
So no, because
Done earlier, so I should have committed to getting things done earlier. But I always this is a
yeah, because it's always.
yeah. This but after but is the now. But I should have committed is a kind of regret done earlier.
Yeah, if you say I should have committed to getting. Again, if we wanted to say that, I should have committed to getting this done earlier, because you're talking about a specific thing. But because we're not being specific, we're saying things.
I think he is regretting. I know, and after but is now he doing. But I should have committed to getting things done earlier. It means past.
It would, yeah. That could, I mean, that's another way you could do it. It works in the present tense for sure. So I know I should commit to getting things done earlier. So generally, this is talking about his habitual life. He never commits to getting things done, even though he should. He always puts them off. So you could do either one. I would recommend, if you do should have committed, to getting this done. But I always put things off. And that would work as well, Heidi. But just a small thing. What about the next one?
Okay. Sometimes the instant gratification is more attractive than planning a project and doing it step by step.
Good. And Dano, what about the next one?
Okay, all this procrastination is making my life much too crammed. I'm not sure.
Not crammed. There's a better one.
Hectical.
Hectic?
Yeah, hectic. And can you repeat that sentence?
All this procrastination is making my life much too hectic.
Good. Okay. And does anybody have any questions on this page?
Teacher, I have a question. The last sentence, all this procrastination is making my life much too hectic. How can I say that? And what kind of a word I can use a synonym hectic?
Hectic is like cram-packed with activity.
Okay,
So,
got it.
Like busy.
Busy, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Good. Any other questions?
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay. And good. Let's have Carolina. Can you read this first part?
You aren't alone, as everyone everywhere puts off unpleasant or boring activities with the intention to do the work eventually. Just know at the particular moment is an impulse, much like when you act and a sudden decided to have a second bowl of ice cream or an extra large slice of cake for dessert. It goes without saying that too many sweets can be terribly unhealthy, and procrastination often proves just as detrimental. I don't know.
Nice. You did a good job. Let's look. Unpleasant.
Unpleasant.
Yeah, puts off
Pleasant.
unpleasant or boring activities. And that particular.
That particular.
Yeah, particular.
Particular.
Terribly.
Terribly.
Detrimental.
Detrimental.
Good.
Detrimental.
Well done. Okay. And does anybody have any questions in this first part?
Yes, what is detrimental?
Okay. Does anybody know what detrimental means?
Damaging.
Yeah, good. Damaging. Harmful.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Maori, can you read the next part?
Of course, teacher. Over time, it can result in a poorer and unhappier. Oh my gosh,
Sorry.
quality of life. It can adversely affect career as well as relationships with family and friends. For some, even there is an accompanying physical feeling, much like an anxiety attack or a tightness around the shoulders. Some substitute unimportant busy work, such as house cleaning or laundry, and argue that they don't procrastinate, but as this delay another, more unpleasant activity, it gets classified as procrastination too.
Okay. Can you repeat this part?
Yes, it can adversely affect careers.
Okay. That sounded really good. Maybe affect.
Affect.
Accompanying?
Company?
Accompanying.
Company.
Yeah. These kind of blend together. So kneeing,
Okay, thank you.
accompanying. One more time?
Accompanying.
Accompanying. Try to say them separately.
Okay, accompanying.
Good. That sounded much better. Accompanying. Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Good. Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Substitute.
Can you repeat that?
Substitute.
Substitute. Substitute.
House cleaning.
House cleaning.
And delays.
Delays.
Classified.
Classified.
Good. Well done. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. Nicely done. Does anybody ever get anxiety when they're stressed or when they procrastinate? Okay. No.
Yeah, I have this feeling sometimes when I have to do some official things, yeah, like such things with taxation and so, and when I have to fill in some formal some forms also, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
me too.
I procrastinate it. I pack it in all a big box, and then I try to do it all together, and then I have some problems, and I'm really I go crazy in this time. I can cry, or I become aggressive. Also, it's at hard times, and I need a bit help from outside. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the worst. Yep, I know your pain. All right. And I think we're good. Let's try this. And let's have Dano. Can you read Calvin's role? And Carolina, can you play Hobbes?
Who is Calvin? Is the kid, right?
Yeah, Calvin's a kid.
Okay. I should be doing my homework now.
But the way
I
Sorry.
think it's me, sorry. But the way I look at it, playing in the snow is a lot more important. Out here I'm learning real skills that I can apply throughout the rest of my life.
such as
Procrastinating and rationalizing.
Good. Rationalizing.
Rationalizing, okay.
And important. Important.
Important.
Good. So that's almost like a swallowed T sound. So,
Okay.
but good.
Important.
Good. Nice. All right. And Carolina, what is happening in this comic?
um, okay, that's a boy who doesn't want to do his homework and prefer to play with the snow.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. How does he explain why it's good to play in the snow, Mori? How does he explain this?
Who, teacher?
A Maori?
Okay. Could you repeat that question again? Teacher, can you repeat that question? I
Ah,
can't hear you.
it's
Explain what he's doing.
crashed. Yeah.
Okay, I see. How does the boy explain what he's doing? Um, how the boy explain? But the way I look at it, playing in the snow is a lot of more important. I see the picture and he is doing something like a doll of snow. I don't know, doll.
A
Okay.
snowman.
As he's
Snowman.
making snowman. A snowman. Okay. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. All right. Maybe Mario. How does he explain why he's not doing his homework?
Yeah, he tries to betray himself, and he explains it that he should learn some practical things, and that's why it is more important to build a snowman, and he can learn this practical thing of procrastinating and rationalizing.
Yeah. So he's learning procrastination and rationalizing. All right. So this is good. He says procrastinating and rationalizing are real skills that he can apply throughout the rest of his life. Do you agree with that, Dano? What do you think about that?
I think in the comic is funny, that kind of thoughts, but I don't consider procrastinating or rationalizing really skills.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to imitate adult people, but he doesn't notice that those aren't skills really.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's funny because he is both
Yeah,
procrastinating and rationalizing by saying that he's learning these skills that are going to be useful for the rest of his life. So it's kind of a cycle. It's very circular, but pretty well reasoned out. It's funny. Does anybody have any questions about this?
Yeah, to this term rationalizing, it has a negative connotation, yeah?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If you, like, psychologically, it would probably be negative. So you rationalize things, rationalize a choice. It's like using logic to explain maybe the solution to a choice. Sort of is rationalizing. Generally, you make an emotional choice or you make a bad choice, and if you're rationalizing it, you're trying to find out
Okay.
why it's right.
You can rationalize stuff also as well, yeah?
Yeah, it's a way to make yourself feel better.
No, I mean, you can rationalize workforce so that you can make money, that you can use the time more effectively. Rationalize. We use this word in German in this way. It might be. Rationalize means refers to rationalize, to practical thinking. Yeah.
You can look for a rational solution, or you can use logic to solve a problem.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. We probably wouldn't say it's rationalizing. I think rationalizing is a little bit more negative, the connotation.
Mm.
All right, but okay, good. Any other questions here? All right, and let's try this. And we've losing people left and right. Carolina, can you read the title and the directions?
Story. Tell a story with your classmates about a man or woman who procrastinated.
Good. Carolina, can you start us out?
Okay. Once upon a time, have a woman who have to cooking for his son, but this woman never in her life has cooked.
Has never cooked in her life.
In her life.
So,
Eh,
really quickly, I'm going to interrupt. I'm sorry. In her life is a prepositional phrase, so we'd want to keep it together, and we generally put prepositional phrases at the end of a sentence. Sometimes they go at the beginning of a sentence. So if you try to keep prepositional phrases at the end or the beginning of a sentence. Does that make sense? Catalina?
Sorry, teacher, I don't understand you.
Okay, so prepositional phrases begin with prepositions. So after, against, along, amid, among, around, at, before. Those are all prepositions. So if you get a phrase that starts with a preposition, some common ones are maybe like in, to, for, from, with. We need to put the prepositional phrase, so in her life, it's like that combination of words, generally will go at the end of a sentence. Sometimes
Okay.
they also go at the beginning of a sentence. Yeah, so just a small thing to remember. So prepositional phrases, if you get them, try to keep them at the end or the beginning of a sentence. And sorry, can you continue?
Okay. She do her best. How you say?
Did
Wait. I think effort. Effort.
Effort?
Effort. Cook. and a rice chicken. A rice chicken.
Rice and chicken.
Rice and
Tricky
chicken.
one. Yeah.
But when the child prove it, eat it,
Tried.
Taste.
tried, it tastes that the meal was very
Salty.
salted.
Too salty.
Uh-huh.
So we need to change a couple things. We need to change do and taste.
In past,
Uh-huh.
she did.
Good.
Therefore, to provide which it tasted.
Good.
Too salty.
All right. And Mario, let's continue this story. How would you continue the story?
And her son began to cry. And so she thought, I should have learned cooking much earlier. But this work is so hard and dirty that I have procrastinated, or that I have postponed it always.
Postponed
And now that I have postponed it always.
Not always.
I have postponed it.
We could say I've always postponed it.
I have always postponed. I have postponed it permanently. Also.
Postponed
Yeah, okay.
it forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
And now I'm a mother and I can't. Or now I'm a mother and I can't cook. That's a shame.
Okay, I like the internal dialogue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I should have learned. Maybe if we say how, we would want to use the infinitive.
Yeah. Or
What's
I
the
should have learned how to cook much
Yeah.
earlier.
Sounds a lot better. It just sounds a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
Okay. Dano, how would you continue this?
Okay, and then she asked herself, what I am doing. I don't want and I can do this. I will order a pizza.
What am I doing? Sorry, what was the thing you said? I'll order a pizza?
I can do this, I can't, and I don't want to do this.
Okay.
Then the pizza arrives in less than 30 minutes and everyone were happy.
Everyone, not we're happy. How do we change where?
Was?
Yeah, everyone was. Everyone, the whole group.
Oh, okay. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's good. Does anybody have any questions here?
Now, what's the moral of this story?
I don't know. What is the moral of this story? Does anybody have any ideas? Don't try anything new.
Try to be honest with yourself.
Don't try to procrastinate your time with learning cooking.
Honest with yourself.
Use fast food instead.
What was that? Eat fast food instead.
Yeah, he is cooking.
Yeah. Don't waste your time. Instead of don't procrastinate your time, don't waste your
Yeah,
time.
waste your time with cooking.
Yeah. Good. Probably not the best moral, but a good story. Let's does anybody else have any other questions here? All right. And Carolina, before we move on, can you read this first sentence one more time?
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a woman who had to cook for her son, but this woman has never cooked in her life.
Good.
Continue?
Cooked.
Okay.
Can you repeat cooked?
Cooked.
Good. All right. Nice. And sorry. Okay, this is a funny one too, but let's try this. And Carolina, can you read the role of the child?
You surprised, don't want to do your homework. You want to go play outside. Convince yourself that you should have fun now and figure out your homework later.
Good. And Mario, can you read the other role?
Child's future self. You need to convince your past self to do that homework. You got embarrassed by your teacher for not having done the homework, and your parents grounded you too.
Good. Let's start with Carolina. If you're the child in the present, how would you greet your future self?
Later, okay. I was studying all morning and I need to be relaxed all the rest of the day.
I need to relax for the rest of the day. Okay. Mario, how would you respond?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, so you're the child from the future. So you've got a time machine. You've come back in time to convince your past self to do the homework. Does that make sense?
I cannot really see. You need to convince your past self, yourself, to do that homework. Yeah, it's almost perfect. Yeah. You got embarrassed by your teacher for not having done the homework, and your parents grounded you too. Hello, is there anybody? Can you hear me?
Okay, yep, I'm back. Sorry about that. So Mario, you're the future self. You're coming back. You need to convince your past self to, to do the homework.
I should paraphrase this, yeah?
Well, sort of, yeah. You should pretend that you're the child's future self. So, yeah, try to convince him.
You need to convince your past self. I cannot really follow what I should do. I have no idea.
Do you think you could try it?
Yes, maybe I could tell myself it was a very stressful situation. I know the correct thing to do is to make homework. Is the maximum priority, and I can have fun after that. There wouldn't be any problem with that.
Okay, yeah, but pretend you're talking to this person. So maybe say, dude,
Okay,
You
the
have to do
dialogue. Okay.
homework. Got totally embarrassed at school today because of you. Something like that. Does that make sense?
Okay, I can try. Uh, Dano, what are you doing? You need to do your homework right now. I'm in a very embarrassed situation here. I can go through this if I don't need to. You should be doing your homework. Please do it.
Nice. Nice. And Mario, does that make sense? How would you respond?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I will give it a try. Sometimes sometimes it is better to follow good advice, even if you are not agree with this. I would far more like playing around.
Okay. So sometimes it's better to follow good advice even if you don't agree.
Even
Yeah.
if you don't. Yeah.
Okay. We are unfortunately out of time. Thank you guys for coming in. It was a fun class, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. And yeah, thanks again.